Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Supatantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udapatakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Jaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtegi Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaya Degirim Yat Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Yonta Pravishyamamavachamimam Prasuktam Sanjeevayati Akila Shakti Daraswadamnam Anyam Chahastacharana Shravanatvagadin Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Jayadam Surado Pangor Mama Mandamadirgadi Masarvasya Padambujo Radha Madana Mohano Tamadi Devam Karunanidhanam Tamala Varnam Suhitavataram Apara Samsara Samudra Sedum Vajamahe Bhagavata Surupam Paramananda Pathaya Premavarshi Aksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Sri Krishnaya Namostume Guruvaya Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadare Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namo Hare Krishna Hari Om Tat Sat. So welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, 42nd sloka onwards. Sato samsravayam asa Maharajan parikshitam Prayopavishtam gangayam Paritam paramarshibhi Sato samsravayam asa Maharajam parikshitam Prayopavishtan gangaya Paritam paramarshibhi. Hare Krishna, Uma.
Hare Krishna. Sato samshravayamasa Maharajam parikshitam prayopavishtam gangayam paritam paramarshibhi.
Okay. Jobi Madaji, please. Mute. You're on mute, Madaji.
Hare Krishna. Tatu samstraya masa Maharajam parikshidam prayo bhavishtam gengayam paridam paramarshabhi.
Okay, Vivek Prabhu, translation, please.
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, in his turn delivered the Bhagavatam to the great Emperor Parikshit, who sat surrounded by sages on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting death without taking food or drink.
Very bold. Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, in his turn delivered the Bhagavatam to the great Emperor Parikshit, who sat surrounded by sages on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting death without taking food or drink. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, Amala Purana, the spotless Purana, okay, the ripened fruit of Vedic literature, has been first told in a public venue. It has been first told by whom? To whom? By whom? By Sukadeva Goswami. To whom? To Parikshit Maharaj. So in this assembly, there were so many sages, including Parasara Muni, Vyasadeva, Narada Maharshi, Parashuram. So many sages were there. So there, Siddha Goswami was also there. Okay. So the second narration of Srimad Bhagavatam in a public place was by Siddha Goswami to the rishis headed by Shaunaka. So Sukadeva Goswami, who is Sukadeva Goswami? Son of Vyasadeva. Actually, originally, who is Sukadeva Goswami? Originally, can anyone say?
It's a parrot.
Yeah, she is a parrot of whom?
Radharani.
She's a parrot of Radharani. She is a parrot of Radharani. So this Sukadeva Goswami was given a chance to recite Srimad Bhagavatam again to Parikshit Maharaj. So she was a parrot, personal parrot of Radharani. And where it was delivered? In the bank of Ganges, surrounded by sages, sages of very, very high caliber, not ordinary sages, not ordinary people, high caliber. Okay. The Parasara Muni is a Vedic exponent. Narada Maharshi is a pure devotee of the Lord. So many sages were there. So who got qualified to deliver this? Sukadeva Goswami. In spite of all such sages, Sukadeva Goswami was assigned to deliver this Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, when was Srimad Bhagavatam? When did Srimad Bhagavatam come to existence? When did it come to existence? Can anyone say?
Krishna go to the Sargarohana and Kali will appear that time.
Okay, that is Vyasadeva wrote it. Okay. Vyasadeva wrote it down. But when did it come to existence? When it first came. Yes, Mataji, Sini Mataji.
Is it given to Brahmadeva initially? No, I don't know.
It is given to Brahmadeva. Yes. Vivek Prabhu, when it was?
I think this is the first time of Krishna and he's delivered to the disciples.
Yeah, no. But initially, originally, when it came to this world, or when it came to existence,
Narada Muni instructed Vyasadeva.
yeah, Narada Muni asked Vyasadeva to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, you are right, Mataji. But that was the first time? I think you didn't get my question. Did you all get my question correctly? So when it came to existence? It is eternally there. There is no beginning for Srimad Bhagavatam. So all the Vedas, all the Puranas, all these Vedic literatures is coming from where? From Vishnu's breathing. Vishnu is eternal. Vishnu's breathing is eternal. So Bhagavatam is also eternal. There is no time that it came to existence at so and so time. So Vedic literatures, it is coming from the breathing of Mahavishnu. It's coming from the breathing of Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu is eternal. The breathing is also eternal. So the Vedas are also eternal. Puranam, this Srimad Bhagavatam is part of the Vedas, part of the scriptures. So you cannot point out this Bhagavatam or this Vedic literature came to existence at so and so time, 2 billion years before or 100 billion years. No, it is there eternally. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, in this Leela, Sukadeva Goswami appeared as the son of Vyasadeva for this particular Leela, to give Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit, thereby to all of us. Vyasadeva compiled this at the instruction of Narada Muni, as Sinimadaji rightly said. But this was narrated by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, when Parikshit Maharaj got only 7 days for his body to live. Only 7 days left, because he was cursed. By whom? He was cursed by whom? Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to death within 7 days by a Brahmana boy. Who is that? Forgot? No. Don't remember?
We are very poor student, Prabhuji.
What is that?
We are very poor student, that is what we are saying.
The name, no, Prabhuji. Incident.
Yeah.
Shringi. Forgot? Shringi. Son of Shamika Rishi. Because what was the reason? We have to repeat that again. Why he cursed Parikshit Maharaj? What was the reason? Parikshit Maharaj, when he came to the hut of Shamika Rishi, he was meditating and he was, very thirsty after hunting. So he wanted water. So he, just came there. He was a king. He was a king and he wanted Shamika Rishi to attend to him and give him water. When he asked, he was meditating, he did not come to his external consciousness. So he got angry because this Shamika Rishi, what does he think of himself? He is not attending, I am a king. And immediately he got angry, he put a dead snake on his neck. So hearing this news, Shringi, the son of Brahmana, Shamika Rishi, got so annoyed that he cursed Parikshit Maharaj that he will die within 7 days from today. Because what does he think? He is a king, but my father is a sage and he was meditating. What mistake did he? So he got annoyed. He got angry. Even Parikshit Maharaj also shouldn't have got angry, but that was the will of the Supreme Lord, will of providence. And the Shamika Rishi's son, Shringi, also, being a boy, he shouldn't have done that also, cursed also. So this was the part of Leela, the will of the providence. Okay, so this is, Emperor Parikshit, at the last few days of his life, 7 days, he got to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, Sukadeva Goswami is a realized soul. And so what happens when we listen Srimad Bhagavatam at the time of leaving our body? What will be the result? What will be the result?
You got moksha.
Yeah, we will go back home, back to Godhead. So let's see what is there in the purport. All transcendental messages are received properly in the chain of disciplic succession. This disciplic succession is called parampara. Unless, therefore, Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literatures are received through the parampara system, the reception of knowledge is not bona fide. So we should be very careful from whom we are listening the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. If we are coming in the parampara of Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, it's a bona fide system, bona fide Sampradaya, okay? Unbroken chain of disciplic succession. So we should hear in that disciplic succession only, not from any other source. So disciplic succession means there is the Guru Parampara. Okay, we have a Guru, he has a Guru, he has a Guru, and reaches ultimately Krishna. So this Sampradaya stems from Lord Krishna himself. We have 4 authentic Sampradaya. We all know Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Madha Gaudiya Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, then Rudra Sampradaya. Okay. We come in the Sampradaya of what? Which Sampradaya we belong to? Brahma Madhava Gaudiya. So our prominent Acharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before that Madhvacharya. Before that, Brahma. So Lord Krishna imparted this knowledge to Brahma. Then through the parampara system, the recent prominent Acharya, Madhvacharya, and after that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why our Sampradaya is called Brahma Madhava Sampradaya, Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. Gaudiya means Gaudadesh. So Vyasadeva delivered the message to Sukadeva Goswami, and from Sukadeva Goswami, Siddha Goswami received the message. Okay. So like that. So as I told you, Sukadeva Goswami was there in the assembly when Parikshit Maharaj was instructed Srimad Bhagavatam by Sukadeva Goswami. So after hearing it, in those days, there was no recording system, there was no book system. Okay. How he could assimilate everything and retell everything, how is it was possible? Because those days, all these sages, all these exalted personalities had good memory. They could recollect everything, whatever they have heard. So they could retell that exactly without any adulteration, without any dilution, without any addition or subtraction. So in the present age, it's not possible. That was the reason that Vyasadeva, he put it in writing. He made it record. Because in the age of Kali, Prayena Alpayusha Sabhya, Kalo Asmin Yuge Jana, Manda Sumanda Madaya, Manda Bhagya Upadarada. Our lifespan is short. Not only that, we are less intelligent. Our memory power is not there. Okay? We are always disturbed. We are lazy. So with all this disqualification or negative qualification, our memory power, we won't be, see what, one sentence, if you read once, and if we are told to repeat that sentence, we won't be able to repeat that without any mistake. That is our memory power, that's our intelligence. So Siddha Goswami, whatever he heard, he retold to another assembly in Naimisharanya. So that was the intelligence, that was the caliber of such sages those days towards the end of the Yuga. So as the Yuga progressed, all the good qualities diminished, deteriorated. So Vyasadeva delivered the message to Sukadeva Goswami, and from Sukadeva Goswami, Siddha Goswami received the message. One should therefore receive the message of Bhagavatam from Siddha Goswami or from his representative, and not from any irrelevant interpreter. So now what we are, so far, what we have been hearing is the samvad, the conversation between Siddha Goswami and sages headed by Shaunagarishi. Sukadeva Goswami has not come in picture so far. So Emperor Parikshit received the information of his death in time, and he at once left his kingdom and family and sat down on the bank of the Ganges to fast till death. So when he got this curse, he came to the bank of the Ganges and he started to fast till death. How many days are there? 7 days. All great sages, rishis, philosophers, mystics, etc., went there due to his imperial position. So he's not an ordinary person. So all the sages came there when they got the news. And not only from that area, from all parts of the world, sages. How was it possible? How the communication system? What sort of communication system was there? We don't know. Now we have got all digital, electronic media, internet, this, that. So within no time we get the information. But those days, how people from different parts of the world came to know about this and how they came immediately there to listen to this Bhagavatam. So they offered many suggestions about the immediate duty. So he asked many sages, what should I do now? I've got only 7 days. So what is the duty of a person who is about to die? So many sages offered many suggestions to Parikshit Maharaj. And at last, it was settled that he would hear from Sukadeva Goswami about Lord Krishna. So finally, it was decided that he should listen to Sukadeva Goswami, Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. About whom? About Lord Krishna. Thus the Bhagavatam was spoken to him. So that is how this particular topic, Bhagavatam, was narrated to Parikshit Maharaj. Sripada Shankaracharya, who preached Mayavada philosophy and stressed the impersonal feature of the Absolute, also recommended that one must take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, for there is no hope of gain from debating. Even Adi Shankaracharya, who was the master or who propagated Mayavada philosophy, also who actually stresses the impersonal feature of the Absolute, also recommended that one must take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So otherwise, there is no hope of gaining mukti. So it is unnecessary to debate on matters which doesn't take you to the ultimate goal of life. So even he recommends that one should take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. So what is what does Mayavada philosophy teach? What it teaches?
Impersonal.
Impersonal feature of the Absolute. So how many features are there for the Absolute Truth?
Brahman,
Yeah.
Paramatma, Bhagavan.
Yes. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So they stress on this particular point, particular topic, that is Brahman feature. So that's an impartial understanding, incomplete understanding. Okay, the Absolute Truth has primarily 3 features, that is Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So the complete understanding is Bhagavan understanding. In Bhagavan understanding, you have both the other 2 features, that is Brahman and Paramatma. So here the Mayavada philosophy stresses on impersonal feature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. So indirectly, Sripada Shankaracharya admitted that what he had preached in the flowery grammatical interpretations of the Vedanta Sutra cannot help one at the time of death. So indirectly, what Adi Shankaracharya is telling, that the flowery language of the Vedas will not help us to go back home, back to Godhead, or to get moksha or deliverance from this material existence. So indirectly is hinting that. Okay, that is Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Mudamadi. Okay. Bhaja, worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. Because at the time of death, all this grammatical flowery language will not help us. to attain the ultimate goal of life. That is what he says. So he is indirectly accepting that. So at the critical hour of death, one must recite the name of Govinda. The Govinda alone can help us. So in other words, one must surrender to Mukunda if somebody wants mukti. Mukunda means one who can award mukti. That is why he has got the name Mukunda, the awarder of mukti. So this is the recommendation of all great transcendentalists. Sukadeva Goswami had long ago stated the same truth, that at the end one must remember Narayana. What is the slogan Srimad Bhagavad Gita? The Lord Krishna says, at the time of death, what we should remember? What Krishna says?
Antakale cha mameva.
Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalaivaram yat prayatasi madbhavam yati nasyatra samshaya. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam yachadande kalaivaram tam tam evaiti kaundeya sada tadbhava bhavita. That's what here also stated. One must remember Narayana. Ajamala remembered whom? Ajamala remembered whom?
Narayana.
His son.
So who was Narayana to Ajamala? His son.
His son.
Okay, he remembered his son, but coincidentally or incidentally or accidentally, he put his son name as Narayana by the blessings of some sages. So the name Narayana and the person Narayana are identical. The name of the Nama and Nami, the name of the Lord and Lord are identical. There's no difference. So when he uttered his son's name Narayana, the real Narayana came, because the name and the honor of the name are identical. So that's the reason in the olden days, parents put children's name Narayana, Rama, Govinda, Mukunda, all God's name. Why? So at least by calling their sons, if that time if they leave the body, they will attain the supreme abode. That's the reason. So that is the essence of all spiritual activities. In persons of this eternal truth, Srimad Bhagavatam was heard by Emperor Parikshit, and it was recited by the able Sukadeva Goswami, and both the speaker and the receiver of the messages of Bhagavatam were duly delivered by the same medium. So this is it. So text 42. So any questions or any comments? Otherwise, we'll go to 43.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
I just about to ask Prabhuji कि जो शंकराचार्य जी थे वो तो निर्गुण रूप के समर्थक थे ना, but he is saying भज गोविंदम, so answer मिल गया.
Because he is a Param Vaishnava. He is Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva, yeah.
Lord Shiva. So, but he was instructed to preach Mayavada philosophy by Lord Vishnu himself. For the reason we already explained in the earlier classes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. So text 43 will take that. Krishne swadhamo pagade dharmajnanadhibhi saham kalo nashtadrisham esa puranarko adhunoditam. Krishne swadhamo pagade dharmajnanadhibhi saham kalo nashtadrisham esa puranarko adhunoditam. Okay, Mayuri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशामेष पुराणार्को अधुनोदितः.
Okay. Sini Mataji, can you please recite?
कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशाम् एष पुराणार्को धुनोदितः.
Uma, can you please read the translation?
This Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana.
Very good. This Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So this is one of the questions answers put forward by whom? By Shaunikada Rishis to Siddha Goswami. So, so what was the question? Can anyone remember? What was the question asked by Shavanagati Rishis to Siddha Goswami? Forgot?
Like, who am I? I mean, why we are here? Those kind of many questions were there, no, Guruji.
No. The answer is this. So what was the question?
Like, for this particular question.
6 questions are there.
The 6 questions, you remember?
Yeah, 6 were there, yes.
Yeah. So one of the questions was, I think this was the last question, I think. Yeah, this was the last question, I think, yeah. So what was the question? The answer is, this Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana.
Why should he read Bhagavatam? Maybe some question.
Where did religion take shelter after Krishna's departure to his abode? This was one of the 6 questions. Okay. So where did it take shelter? Bhagavata. In Bhagavata Purana. Have you seen Krishna? Any one of you? Yes or no?
Bhagavatam and Krishna are not different.
Yes, we have seen Krishna. We have all have seen. Yes. Bhagavatam and Krishna not different, as Uma rightly said. This person Bhagavatam, this is Krishna himself. Non-different. Since we have no spiritual vision to see the person Krishna, Krishna has facilitated to see him in the book form. Isn't it? So we are seeing every day Krishna. We are reading. We are listening to his instruction. But unfortunately, we don't practice his instruction. We are reading, we are hearing, we are seeing, but we don't follow the instruction. So if Krishna comes today and tell us, do this, do that, will we obey or not? Personally, let us say that he comes personally in front of us and instructs us, do this, do that. Don't do that. Will we listen? Yes or no? Yes. So why not follow the instruction given in Srimad Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavad Gita? We are both are not saying Krishna and Bhagavatam non-different. We agree to that, right? Only when Lord Krishna personally comes and instructs us, we will listen. And when he says through this Bhagavatam, we don't listen. Each and every sloka, it is addressed to each one of us. Dear Vivek, dear Uma, dear Sini, dear Siddha Gauranga, dear Rupeshwari, dear Jiveshwari. Like that. Before this sloka, when we write a letter, we address, no? Dear so and so. Before the purport. But before the sloka also. Sloka is directly by, Krishna or his pure representatives, purport by Srila Prabhupada. So this is meant for each one of us. So whatever is written, it is meant for each one of us. We have to just follow the instruction in that. Why we are not following? So we have to ask this to ourselves. So this Srimad Bhagavad Purana is brilliant as the sun. What is the specialty of sun? Why it is compared to sun? Why Bhagavad Purana is compared to sun?
Because we have this darkness and ignorance in the Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
So this sun.
When there is light, there is no darkness. When there is knowledge, there is no ignorance. Okay? So if there is light, we can see everything clearly. So when there is knowledge, we will not be having any ignorance. That's why it is compared to sun. And when it has come to this for us, as far as we are concerned, after the departure of the Lord Krishna to his own abode, when Krishna went to his abode, the religion also has gone. But then it says it has taken shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, knowledge, etc. Person who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance. We cannot see because it is darkness. If there is no light, we cannot see. So similarly, because of ignorance, we don't have any knowledge. We don't know what is what. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. We don't know what is good, what is bad, because it is the influence of age of Kali. So to mitigate the darkness of ignorance, of darkness born out of the influence of age of Kali, we have to get the light from this Purana, the knowledge from this Purana. So Lord Sri Krishna has his eternal Dhamma or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. So what is that abode? What's the name of that abode? Krishna's eternal abode? Goloka. Okay. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his external energy. Okay. And internal, all the spiritual realm. External, all the material realm. When he descends to this material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, which is called Atma Maya or Yoga Maya. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, Atma Maya. His form, name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not therefore creations of matter. So whatever connected to Supreme Lord Krishna is not a product of Mahamaya. That's why here it said, it's therefore not creations of matter. Matter is under Mahamaya and spirit is under Yogamaya, that is spiritual abode. He descends to reclaim the fallen souls and to re-establish codes of religion which are directly enacted by him. Okay, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, why he descends? Paritranaya sadhvanam vinashaya chadushkridam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So to annihilate the impious, to save all the pious people, and to re-establish religion. That's what is mentioned here. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. That's why it comes whenever required, whenever needed. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. So either he should come or an authorized representative, Shakti Avecha Avatar, can establish principles of religion or codes of religion. Real religion means to know God, our relationship with him and our duties in relation with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body. So what is real religion? Religion means, what is the meaning of religion? Real religion means to know God and our relationship with him and our duties in relation with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body. So religion means, these are the brief: to know God, to know ourselves, to know the relationship between ourselves and the Supreme Lord, and to know what is the ultimate goal of life. This is in brief religion. If somebody asks, what is the purpose of religion? What do you mean by religion? So we have to give these few points. To know who we are, to know who the Supreme Lord is, to know the relationship between us and the Supreme Lord, and to know what is the ultimate goal of this human life. This is religion, in brief. The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy hardly know all these principles of life. Generally, when we talk about religion, okay, what is the general idea of the general populace? That we go to a temple, we pray to the deity there, whoever it is, and ask for material benefits. I want a good job, I want a good wife, I want a good husband, good children, I want my son to get a good degree or admission in a good university, good job. I want beauty, I want this, I want that, I want money. So this is a general conception of religion, that those who are following religion will go to a temple and request for all these things. But what is religion here? It's totally different. So we take the medium of religion to fulfill our material desires. That's not religion. So the conditioned souls, we are all conditioned souls. Conditioned soul means Baddhatma. Okay. We are conditioned. So how can you define condition? What do you mean by conditioned soul? Baddhatma. Uma, can you explain? We are always telling this.
We are bound by the laws of material nature.
Yes. We are bound by the laws of material nature. Okay, fine. Then how we became conditioned? Yes, we are bound by the laws of material nature. I agree. But how we became conditioned? Why we are called conditioned souls? Anyone else?
We haven't realized God at our self-realization.
Okay, we haven't realized God. That's why we are called conditioned souls. Yes, I agree with you that we have not realized God. How we have become conditioned souls?
Because of our desire to enjoy the.
Yeah, we have
Because
the
of our
desire to
desire
enjoy
to enjoy the.
we have the desire to enjoy the material world.
Yes, yes.
We all know the air conditioner. Okay, what does the air condition do? How it performs? Hmm? We have installed air conditioner in our room. What does it do?
It will remove the heat and cool the air.
Yeah, it will make the temperature low and make it pleasant,
Correct.
isn't it? So the actual temperature of the room is, let's say, some 30 degree. Okay. By using the air conditioner, it will become 15, 16, 18. We're conditioning using that conditioner. So similarly, our condition is actually what? We are the part and parcel of Supreme Lord. We are the soul, spirit soul. But now we think that we are this body. So we are conditioned to think that we are this body. But in fact, we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. Because we are conditioned to think otherwise, we are called as conditioned souls. We are not the body, we are the spirit soul. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The body is perishable. Body is made up of 5 gross elements. Bhumi, Rapo, Anuro, Vayu, Kham. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay, this is perishable. But the soul within is eternal. We are, or I am this soul, not this body. When I mistake myself to this body, my belongings or my relatives to my body's extension, I am conditioned in this material world. To think that I am this body is a conditioning in other way. Is that clear? So this is conditioning. That's why we are called conditioned soul. And on the contrary, there are liberated souls, muktatmas. Okay? They identify themselves as the soul, not the body. They know their position, their actual constitutional position. They are not thinking, oh, I'm this body. Okay, everything is for my enjoyment. So the liberated souls very well know that I'm not this body, I'm the spirit soul. My duty is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his satisfaction. So they are not conditioned, they are liberated. Is it clear? The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy. That's why we are entrapped in this material world. When we try to enjoy the material energy, okay, in the form of our senses, we get entrapped here. Hardly know all these principles of life. Most of them are like animals engaged in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. Ahara nidra bhaya maituna. Okay. So when we are entrapped in this material world, when we think that we are the body, so we are indulging in 4 activities mainly. That's what it is mentioned here. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maituna. They are mostly engaged in sense. These are all sense gratificatory activities, sense enjoyment, under the pretension of religiosity, knowledge, or salvation. So, under the pretension of religiosity. So, we mistake that this is to be engaging in these 4 activities is religiosity or knowledge or salvation. As I told you, we go generally to the temple asking for so many material things for our sense gratification. So we mistake that to be part of religion. they are still more blind in the present age of quarrel or Kali Yuga. Okay. So nowadays, especially because of influence of Kali Yuga, we are still downgraded, downtrodden, what we can say. So why? What is the speciality of Kali Yuga? Quarrel and hypocrisy. Kalaham Kapatyam. In the Kali Yuga, the population is just a royal addition of animals. Beautifully put. In the Kali Yuga, we are a royal addition of animals. You know, the animals putting coat, suit, hat, shoe, and all. This is our position. Animals walking on two legs. Polished animals. A royal edition of animals. So Prabhupada used best phrases. They have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge or godly religious life. Okay, this royal edition animals have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge. They want to just enjoy materially. Okay. They're so blind that they cannot see anything beyond the jurisdiction of subtle mind, intelligence, and or ego, but they are very much proud of the advancement in knowledge, science, and material prosperity. So we are so blind that we cannot see anything beyond the jurisdiction of subtle mind, intelligence, ego. So apart from the physical body, some scientists or some philosophers will go maximum where subtle mind, intelligence, ego, but still they will not be able to understand the real self, the soul. Okay. But they are very much proud of their advancement in knowledge, science, and material prosperity. They can risk their lives to become a dog or hog just after leaving the present body, for they have completely lost sight of the ultimate aim of life. So what is the destination of such people? That they will glide down to lower species, animal species, to become dog and hog and so on and so forth. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna appeared before us just a little prior to the beginning of Kali Yuga, and he returned to his eternal home practically at the commencement of Kali Yuga. So Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared just towards the end of the Abhara Yuga, the beginning of Kali Yuga. While he was present, he exhibited everything by his different activities. He spoke the Bhagavad Gita specifically and eradicated all pretentious principles of religiosity. So simply by instructing Arjuna, he has eradicated all so-called religiosity, the pretentious principles of religiosity. So through Bhagavad Gita, he has enlightened us with the right knowledge. And prior to his departure from the material world, he empowered Srila Vyasadeva through Narada to compile the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. And thus, both the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are like torchbearers for the blind people of this age. So he gave Bhagavad Gita through Arjuna. He gave us Srimad Bhagavatam through Vyasadeva at the instruction of Narada Maharshi. So he has arranged everything. Just before his departure, he has instructed Arjuna with Bhagavad Gita, and he has arranged Srimad Bhagavatam to be delivered to us. And these are all like torchbearers for the blind people. We are all blind. We are all spiritually blind. We have material vision. We can see each other. We can see things of this material world, but we don't have any spiritual vision. So that's why we are spiritually blind. The Dhritarashtra was materially blind and plus spiritually blind also. We are not materially blind, but we are spiritually blind. In other words, if men in this age of Kali want to see the real light of life, they must take to these two books only. There are so many books, so many scriptures, but because we are in the age of Kali, we have short span of life and we cannot read and understand so many scriptures. So these two books are enough, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. and their aim of life will be fulfilled. If you just study and follow the instruction given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, our aim of life will be fulfilled. Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of the Bhagavatam. So, Bhagavad Gita is a preliminary study of Srimad Bhagavatam. After Bhagavad Gita, then we have to study Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life. Okay, what is summum bonum? What is summum bonum? Summum bonum is to take shelter of Lord Sri Krishna, Ashraya. Right? There are 10 topics in Bhagavatam. Can anyone say that? Atra sarga visargasya sthanam poshana udaya manandara ishanugada nirodha muktir ashraya. The 10th one is ashraya. That is summum bonum. Taking shelter of Lord Sri Krishna personified. Okay, he is the summum bonum of life, Lord Sri Krishna personified. So ashraya, that is taking shelter of Lord Sri Krishna. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as a direct representation of Lord Krishna. So, Bhagavatam is the direct representation. Direct representation of Lord Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can see also Lord Sri Krishna in person. They are indicated. So as we explained in the beginning, that there is no difference between Srimad Bhagavatam and Lord Sri Krishna. They are identical. So we can see Krishna. We are seeing Krishna every day in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna, text 44 next week. So Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnavati ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So 42 and 43 we took today. Okay. So Hare Krishna.